In the shadowed corridors of World War II, a secret was born that would forever alter the fabric of reality. The Philadelphia experiment, a project shrouded in mystery and whispered legends, emerged from the relentless ambition of the United States Navy. In 1943, as the tides of war turned, a clandestine operation was set into motion on the USS Eldridge, a ship chosen for its experimental potential. The goal? To render a vessel invisible to enemy eyes? A feat that seemed as impossible as it was audacious. Under the watchful gaze of Dr. Albert Wallace and his team of scientists, the ship became a crucible for cutting-edge technology, where electromagnetic fields and advanced generators were tested in a desperate bid to harness the power of the unseen. What followed was a night of eerie brilliance, as the ship vanished from sight, leaving behind only echoes of its presence and the haunting testimonies of those who witnessed the impossible. The experiment, though brief, ignited a firestorm of speculation, conspiracy, and controversy that would ripple through decades. Was it a triumph of science or a glimpse into the abyss? The origins of the Philadelphia experiment are a tapestry woven with threads of ambition, fear, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. As the world stood on the brink of the unknown, one question lingered. Had humanity crossed a threshold from which there was no return? The story of the Philadelphia experiment is not just a tale of the past. It is a mirror reflecting the boundless potential and peril of human ingenuity. In the crucible of World War II, where the fate of nations hung in the balance, the United States Navy became a laboratory of innovation, racing against time to turn the tide of war. This was an era of unprecedented technological ambition, where the clash of ideologies ignited a relentless pursuit of scientific breakthrough. From the depths of the Atlantic to the skies above Europe, every advancement was a lifeline, a weapon, a shield, or a beacon of hope. Among these daring experiments, one story emerged from the shadows: the Philadelphia experiment. Set against the backdrop of 1943, when the war raged on every front, the U.S. Navy sought to harness the power of invisibility, a concept born from the feverish minds of physicists and engineers. The experiment, shrouded in secrecy, aimed to cloak a ship using electromagnetic fields, a bold leap into the unknown that blurred the line between science and the surreal. But this was no mere theoretical exercise. It was a desperate gamble, driven by the urgency of war and the belief that victory could be forged through the impossible. As the world teetered on the edge of annihilation, the Philadelphia experiment stood as a testament to human ingenuity, a fleeting moment when the boundaries of reality were tested and the future of warfare rewritten. Yet, in the wake of this audacious endeavor, questions lingered. Was it a triumph of innovation or a cautionary tale of hubris? The answers, like the experiment itself, remain veiled in the mists of history, waiting to be uncovered. In the annals of maritime history, few vessels carry the weight of mystery and controversy as the U.S. Eldridge. Commissioned in 1943, this ship was destined to become the epicenter of one of the most enigmatic experiments ever attempted by the United States Navy. Tasked with testing the Project Oven 25, a covert initiative aimed at rendering ships invisible to enemy radar, the Eldridge became a vessel not just of science, but of the impossible. As the crew embarked on their fateful mission, the ship was transformed into a crucible of ambition and uncertainty, its decks echoing with the whispers of the unknown. The experiment, shrouded in secrecy, was said to involve high-frequency oscillations and electromagnetic fields, technologies that defied the boundaries of contemporary understanding. Yet, as the experiment unfolded, the Eldridge became a symbol of the thin line between innovation and the supernatural. Tales of ghostly apparitions, crew members vanishing into thin air, and the ship's sudden disappearance from radar screens spread like wildfire, fueling decades of speculation and debate. Was it a triumph of human ingenuity or a catastrophic failure? The USS Eldridge remains a haunting reminder of the price of pushing the limits of science, its legacy entwined with the shadowy corridors of the Philadelphia experiment. As the world grapples with the truth, the Eldridge stands as a testament to the power of belief, the allure of the unexplained, and the enduring fascination with the mysteries that lie beyond the edge of human comprehension. Well, in the annals of military history, few events stir as much intrigue as the Philadelphia experiment. Officially, the U.S. Navy's account paints a tale of scientific ambition and wartime desperation. In 1943, during World War II, the USS Eldridge, a destroyer escort, became the subject of a top-secret project aimed at rendering ships invisible to enemy radar. The experiment, conducted in the icy waters of Philadelphia Harbor, was shrouded in layers of classified documents and unexplained phenomena. According to the official narrative, the ship was equipped with a prototype technology, Project Rainbow, designed to manipulate electromagnetic fields and bend light around the vessel. For a brief, fleeting moment, the Eldridge vanished from sight, a ghost in the fog as if the laws of physics had been rewritten. Yet, the story does not end there. Sailors aboard the ship recounted harrowing experiences, distorted realities, eerie shadows, and a sudden, blinding flash that left them disoriented. The Navy, in its official statement, dismissed these accounts as hallucinations or the result of psychological stress. The experiment was abruptly terminated, and all records were sealed under the guise of national security. Decades later, the truth remains elusive. Was it a failed attempt at invisibility, or something far more profound? The official account offers no answers, only a veil of silence over a moment that defied explanation. The Philadelphia experiment stands as a paradox, a scientific endeavor that vanished into myth, leaving behind whispers of conspiracy, unanswered questions, and a legacy that continues to haunt the edges of history. What was seen, what was lost, and what remains hidden beneath the surface of this enigmatic tale. The truth, they say, lies in the shadows of the past. In the shadowed corridors of history, the testimonies of those who witnessed the Philadelphia experiment emerge as whispers from the abyss, a tapestry of conflicting accounts, haunted by the ghost of a secret that defied the laws of nature. These are not mere stories. They are the fractured echoes of men who stood on the deck of the USS Eldridge, their eyes wide with terror as the impossible unfolded before them. One sailor recalls the ship vanishing into a vortex of light, its hull dissolving like mist, while another speaks of a crew member who returned to the world, yet bore the scars of a reality that no medical science could explain. The accounts are a labyrinth of contradictions. Some claim the experiment was a success, a glimpse into a future where ships could phase through matter. Others insist it was a catastrophe, a portal to a dimension where time itself unraveled. The crew's testimonies, etched in the annals of conspiracy and disbelief, paint a picture of a moment when the line between science and the supernatural blurred. They speak of voices in the static of radios, of shadows moving without light, of a commander who vanished mid-command, his final words lost to the void. These are not the tales of madmen, but of men who lived through the impossible, their memories etched in the marrow of their bones. What truth lies buried beneath these testimonies? What secrets did the Philadelphia experiment unearth, and at what cost? The answers remain locked in the minds of those who witnessed the unspeakable, their voices a haunting refrain in the endless search for the unknown. In the wake of the Philadelphia experiment's alleged occurrence, the U.S. Navy launched a campaign of silence, cloaking the incident in layers of secrecy and official denial. Official statements, cold and unyielding, dismissed the claims as fabrications of the imagination. A stark rejection of the testimonies of sailors, the eerie accounts of vanished ships, and the shadowy aftermath that haunted the minds of those who witnessed it. The Navy's response was swift, issuing press releases that painted the experiment as a failed attempt at naval innovation, buried beneath the weight of classified documents and the iron grip of national security. Yet the more the Navy denied, the more the mystery deepened. Files were sealed, witnesses were silenced, and the truth was buried beneath a mountain of bureaucratic obfuscation. The official narrative painted a picture of a routine experiment gone awry, a mere footnote in the annals of military history. But the public, fueled by whispers of impossible phenomena and the unshakable conviction of those who claim to have seen the impossible, refused to believe. Conspiracy theories erupted like wildfire, fueled by the Navy's refusal to acknowledge the full scope of what had transpired. The experiment, once a secret, became a legend, a phantom that refused to be exorcised. The Navy's denials, once a shield, became a catalyst for curiosity, drawing investigators, skeptics, and believers into a labyrinth of conflicting accounts and unresolved questions. As the years passed, the official response only added to the enigma, transforming the Philadelphia experiment from a scientific anomaly into an enduring symbol of the unknown. The truth, it seemed, was not in the documents, but in the silence that followed, a silence that still echoes through the corridors of history. In the shadowed corridors of history, where fact and fiction blur, lies a tale that has haunted the collective imagination for decades. The Philadelphia experiment. Official records claim it was a failed 1943 military experiment to render a ship invisible, but whispers of the impossible echo louder than the official narrative. Conspiracy theorists argue that the U.S. Navy's account is a carefully constructed veil, hiding a far more sinister truth. What if the experiment didn't just vanish a ship, but fractured reality itself? Allegations swirl of clandestine operations, missing personnel, and a cover-up so vast it spans generations. Theories range from the ship being transported to another dimension, to the crew being replaced by shadowy figures, their fates sealed in classified files. The government's silence only fuels speculation, as if the very act of acknowledging the experiment would unleash forces beyond comprehension. Yet, amid the chaos, fragments of evidence emerge, cryptic testimonies from whistleblowers, eerie photographs, and the haunting accounts of those who claim to have glimpsed the ship's ghostly form. Could this be the price of tampering with the fabric of existence? As the veil of secrecy tightens, the question lingers. What lies beneath the surface of this most enigmatic of experiments, and who truly holds the key to its secrets? In the shadow of history, the Philadelphia experiment emerges as a paradox, a tale where science and myth collide. This chapter delves into the scientific theories that have fueled speculation for decades, drawing eerie parallels to real-world physics. At its core, the experiment is said to have harnessed electromagnetic forces, a concept rooted in the work of Nikola Tesla, whose theories on energy and invisibility remain both revolutionary and enigmatic. Could the ship's alleged disappearance be linked to quantum entanglement or the manipulation of electromagnetic fields? Theory suggests that by amplifying energy beyond known limits, the experiment may have breached the boundaries of classical physics, invoking the strange and uncharted realms of quantum mechanics. Parallels to real science are undeniable. The idea of cloaking objects through electromagnetic waves mirrors modern research in metamaterials and stealth technology. Yet, the experiment's alleged temporal displacement raises haunting questions. Does Einstein's theory of relativity hold the key, or does it point to a deeper, unexplored dimension of spacetime? As scientists and skeptics alike debate, the experiment's legacy endures, a bridge between the tangible and the impossible. It challenges us to reconsider the limits of human ingenuity and the thin veil separating the known from the unknown. Here, in this chapter, we stand at the intersection of fact and fiction, where the laws of physics may not be as immutable as we once believed. The Philadelphia experiment is not merely a story of a vanished ship. It is a mirror reflecting the boundless, terrifying, and wondrous potential of science itself. The Philadelphia experiment, a tale shrouded in mystery and speculation, has transcended the boundaries of history to become a cornerstone of popular culture. From the eerie corridors of haunted houses to the pulsating rhythms of rock anthems, its shadow looms large across media, art, and entertainment. In the 1984 film The Philadelphia Experiment, the story of the USS Eldridge's fateful voyage is reimagined with chilling intensity, blending fact and fiction into a cinematic spectacle that left audiences breathless. Decades later, the experiment's mythos continues to inspire, fueling the imaginations of writers, filmmakers, and musicians who weave its enigmatic threads into new narratives. Books, documentaries, and even video games have resurrected the tale, each iteration adding layers to its already labyrinthine lore. The experiment's influence extends beyond screens and pages. It has seeped into the fabric of modern mythology, becoming a symbol of humanity's relentless pursuit of the unknown, and the perilous consequences that may follow. In music, bands like Iron Maiden and the Alan Parsons Project have paid homage to the experiment, crafting soundscapes that echo with the haunting whispers of a ship that vanished from reality. Even in the realm of conspiracy theories, the experiment remains a beacon, drawing seekers of truth and believers in the impossible. Its legacy is not merely a footnote in history, but a living, breathing phenomenon that continues to captivate, challenge, and redefine the line between science and the supernatural. The Philadelphia Experiment is no longer just a story. It is a cultural force, a testament to the power of mystery to shape the world we know and the worlds we dare to imagine. The legacy of the Philadelphia Experiment reverberates through the corridors of time, a phantom echo of humanity's relentless pursuit of the impossible. Decades after the alleged event, its shadow lingers in the minds of skeptics and believers alike, fueling debates that blur the line between science, myth, and the unexplainable. Was it a failed experiment, a cover-up, or a glimpse into dimensions beyond our comprehension? Theories swirl like storm clouds over the Delaware River, each more tantalizing than the last. Governments have remained silent, their archives sealed tighter than the hull of the USS Eldridge itself. Yet, the story persists, whispered in dimly lit bars, dissected in academic circles, and immortalized in pop culture as a symbol of humanity's audacious defiance against the boundaries of reality. The Philadelphia Experiment has become a cultural touchstone, a bridge between the rational and the arcane, inspiring countless books, films, and conspiracy theories. But beyond the spectacle lies a deeper question. What happens when the thirst for knowledge outpaces the wisdom to wield it? The experiment's legacy is not merely a tale of lost ships and ghostly apparitions. It is a mirror held to our own ambitions, our fears, and the fragile line between progress and peril. To this day, the debate rages on, a testament to the enduring power of a story that refuses to be buried. Whether a cautionary tale or a beacon of possibility, the Philadelphia Experiment remains an enigma, forever etched into the fabric of human curiosity.